Hey everyone, it's March 19th, and I'm not sure if you know what March 19th is. March 19th is the Feast of St. Joseph, and I got my little buddy St. Joe right here. It's a Santon de Provence. Actually, St. Joseph's Day feels like Christmas in the middle of Lent, which is like right before Easter, so it's a very special sort of day, and that's why I'm wearing red today, because my youth group decided we're going to be rebels. We're not going to wear green for St. Pat's, we're going to wear red for St. Joe's. Part of the reason is that we've had a bunch of hooligans doing very hooligan-y type stuff during St. Patrick's Day, and this happens a lot because people don't really think about who St. Patrick is on St. Patrick's Day. They don't think about what it means to be Irish. I'll be blunt, they think about what it means to be drunk. So we're being rebels for that reason. And it's also, I think the color red, and my friend chose it, but I think it's not because we're thinking of Valentine's Day, but because we're thinking of Poland, because St. Joseph's Day is very important in Poland. And it's a day where you celebrate, I think, mainly fatherhood and family. I guess we don't think about our dads very much, especially not nowadays. I don't know if fatherhood is something that's very valorized on TV and that's really thought about a lot. So I think it's an important day for that. It's like a little Father's Day. You can show your dad some appreciation. And I wonder if anyone knows who St. Joseph is. I'm sure you know Joseph and Mary. Around Christmas time you see the little mangers, and the man is Joseph, the woman's Mary, and of course baby Jesus. Well, that is who he is. I don't know if all of you know what his job was. He was a carpenter, and because of this, Jesus was also a carpenter. So we know this much about St. Joseph, is that he was a Jewish carpenter from Bethlehem, descended from King David, but he was obviously a carpenter, so the royalty didn't matter much anymore, especially since the Jewish people were at that time taken over, I think it was by the Romans. Pontius Pilate, yeah, that would be the Romans. And he was in love with a woman named Mary, and he was actually a great guy. Back then, he was like, well, I think if I lived back then, he would have been my dream guy, because they had a horrible law saying that if a woman got pregnant out of wedlock, she could be stoned. Now, he found out that Mary was pregnant, and of course we know this was with baby Jesus, but he didn't want to condemn her for this. He didn't say anything about it, and it would have been him breaking the law, because the law said he had to pretty much stone her. But he broke the law for her sake, so I know he really loved her and really cared for her because of this. In the end, his original plan was to break up with her because he was angry, but in the end he decided to stay with her because he realized who the baby was, and he became a father to Mary, to Jesus, sorry, not to Mary, to Jesus. He taught him how to be a carpenter, took care of him, and I remember there was one story when they went to Jerusalem. This was actually the gospel reading for today. They went to Jerusalem for a feast, it was Passover. Sorry, I'm not thinking right today. They went to Jerusalem for Passover, and usually little children went with their moms, men went together. So this year they weren't sure what's going to go on with Jesus. The men went separately, the women went separately, because that's how it was back then. They went separately because I guess they thought they'd get distracted if they went together, or I guess the girls wanted to catch up and hang out. I don't really know exactly why. But Mary thought that Jesus was with Joseph, because, okay, he's 12, he's old enough. Joseph thought that Jesus was with Mary, because he was like, maybe he still wants to hang out with his mom. We all know from the Bible that Jesus was very close with his mom, so it turned out he wasn't with either one of them. He was teaching in the temple, but the resolution in the story shows that he had a big respect for his parents, because he decided to stay with them and to listen to them. So we know that Jesus' family was pretty tight-knit and that they cared for each other from these hints we have. And later on we know that Jesus went to a wedding with Mary, and Mary asked Jesus to turn water into wine, which is not really the way most people think of Mary. But yep, she did that. She asked Jesus to turn water into wine, which was pretty awesome, and he did, because Mommy asked him to, which I thought was really awesome. But it is definitely an interesting thing to think about family in this term. Like, they had their family stories, they had their family adventures. It was a family like any other, but a family with a lot of love and a lot of care for each other. So that's pretty much all I know about St. Joseph, and I hope you're a little bit more informed about St. Joseph now, and I hope you think that this picture is cute. Yeah. Joseph and baby Jesus, I love that one. My favorite St. Joseph picture ever. Just a couple of other really cute ones, but that one is so cute. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye!